What is going on? This is RPG coming to you from Alhambra, California. I'm here at Mission Fitness, my little secret oasis of weights. I train that from time to time. Right now, Psycho is in Vegas promoting or helping to promote a show with Muscle Contest. So I'm happy for him. So I'm not going to be with him today, but we're still working with each other. I'll probably see him this upcoming week. But today I'm going to do a little bit of back and biceps. I know it's a timeless classic, so I'll see if I can do that combination some justice today. And throughout, I'm going to talk to you guys about what's going on with me, different random stuff that comes to mind. No workout partner today, no trainer today, just me talking to you and have my headphones on from time to time. So we'll try that out. And again, Mission Fitness is a great facility, really hardcore powerlifting gym for the most part. I just try to stay out of the way. They actually hold quite a few contests here for powerlifting, but it's a great gym. Takes me back to my roots of just lifting, heavy dead weight. Not a lot of machines, not a machine from your tibia and your big toe. You got to go grab some dumbbells and barbells and figure it out yourself. So it's a good change of pace. So again, just gonna be me talking to you guys, going through a back and biceps workout today. Hope you enjoy it. All right, so I'm gonna start with back. Obviously, if you're very experienced, you know why we're gonna start with back as opposed to biceps, but if you're not that experienced, the reason you start with back instead of biceps is because typically your biceps should be a secondary mover when it comes to your back workout. And if you tear those biceps up too much, too early, you're not going to be able to train back because you need your arms to grab the weight. So we're going to go with this larger muscle group first, and then we're going to cut back. So here's the outline for today of what I envision. It's going to be mostly a mid-back, lower back day. We'll start off with some pullovers. After pullovers, I'll go to a T-bar row. After the T-bar row, I'm either going to do a row machine that they have here that's really nice, old school. And if not that, I'll just grab some dumbbells to get some single arm movement in. And then I'm going to finish with some hyper extensions or good old fashioned rack pull. Actually, it's going to be hyper extensions. They're not too keen on rack pulls here. So either you pull it off the ground or you don't pull it at all. So, and that's okay. So let's go ahead and get started and navigate through this. Going to be a traditional style workout today. I'm by myself, and I'm not going to be doing any, do some reps and do a drop set by myself. I'm not going to do any of that stuff. Keep the rep range below 15, so somewhere between 10 to 15 reps for everything. I may go down to 8 on the T-bar row. That's pretty much it. Some of my previous back workouts, I said before, I like to start off with the pullover movement because it engages the back. You can feel your way through things that might feel right or might feel wrong that day, and keeps my biceps nice and fresh for the pull movement. So it's a good way to warm up, engage the lats without having to tax your biceps. Oh. Ooh. So now we're going to go over to this old school Icarian T-bar row. Keep it simple. right, so while I catch my breath in between exercises, I'll throw in some rambling for you guys. So, let me see. This year, I've still been training. It's not looking like I'm going to compete this year. I've been going through some extensive physicals to make sure everything's okay with my health. Don't be concerned, everything's fine. It's just something that you have to do when you've been bodybuilding for a while to make sure you're good to go, because bodybuilding can be very stressful. So if anything, be happy for me that I'm doing what I need to do. In my other pursuits, I'm still coaching athletes under Regal Fitness by RPG. I got a couple of guys doing nationals this year. I got a guy doing a local California show coming up in the next 2 weeks. I have my first pro bodybuilder competing. He's going to be a 212 guy. He's going to compete in the Texas Pro coming up in August. So it's going to be a busy couple of months for me, wearing my coaching hat and all that good stuff. As I said earlier, I'm still training with Chris Psycho Lewis about 3 times a week. It was really fun training with him as he was prepping Andrew earlier in the year. And seeing the work that he was able to put in and seeing Andrew make those improvements. So that's something that's cool, and I may actually get a chance to train with Andrew and Chris as he prepares for the Texas Pro coming up. So that's something to stay tuned for. But as far as me, I'm just continuing this extended off-season / improvement season, and I'm actually eyeballing the newly installed Detroit Pro. I'm from Detroit, so I believe Fuad got the Detroit Pro, got the go-ahead, got the green light for the Detroit Pro next year, so I got my eyes set on that. Usually I'm pretty tight-lipped about shows I want to do, just kind of my personality, but I think that I'm going to go ahead and claim it and take ownership of what I'm going to do next year and just prepare for that. So those are just things that's going on with me off the top of my head, but I'm doing great, still in love with the sport, still in love with coaching and everything involved. So yeah, here we are again. So that's my 2 cents as I catch my breath and get ready for these T-bar rows. Do another one. Start at 220? Yeah. For me, can't speak for everybody, I'm a bit weaker with the lower handle, which I'm using today. So, and that does hit a different area of the back. So, now that I'm into the 3rd set, I'm probably going to reduce the reps down to 8 for a couple more sets and see if I can give 5 plates a whirl. Feeling pretty good. My back's lit up already. I'm feeling good. One of the things I like about this gym is the atmosphere is pretty cool. Like, you don't have a lot of machines. You're not going to see a lot of male models running through here. And no offense to them or anything like that, but, something about this atmosphere makes you want to lift pretty heavy and pretty intense. You don't really have a choice, And I'd say at least once per workout you see somebody, attempt a PR, which is always cool, whether you know the person or not. I've always kind of found like you know, that's positive energy in the gym. So, yeah, you know, this gym has grown on me. I've been training here now about 2 years. I only get in here about 4 times a month because I'm usually training with Chris on the weekends and whatnot. But it's a cool gym, very, very clean, very simple. You know, got the meat and potatoes and things that you need. So I'm happy with it. And right now, I'm stalling because these 5 plates are calling my name. So I'm going to get started. Well, that sucked, but I think I could have got one more rep if I'd had a spotter. But live to fight another day. So put these weights back. I think I've made my decision for my single arm move, and I'm gonna do some dumbbells, single arm rows. Got a quick break in the action again. We just finished up with the T-bar rows. Now we're gonna do some dumbbell rows here. Thinking about 3 sets, 12 reps. I'm pretty warm and primed for the rest of the workout now. So I'm not gonna have a warm-up set per se. Just gonna have a couple feeder sets and then see if we can move the 150s to 12. Again, nothing special. There's a few different ways you can do a dumbbell row, but we're just gonna stand up in the rack. Try to get pretty close to horizontal and just row to grow, baby, row to grow. One of the things I find interesting about dumbbells and dumbbell usage is that, let's say we lived in a world where machines came first and all of a sudden dumbbells were the new invention and the latest and greatest. People would say, oh my gosh, this is perfect. You can pick these things up. It's 50 different weights. You can put them over your head. You can row with them. You can press with them. You can curl with them. It would be the greatest invention ever. However, because they came first, it seems like people forget the versatility that they actually have right in front of them the whole time. Because people don't use dumbbells as much as they should. I don't know, nerdy stuff I think about sometimes. That first set moved pretty well. So instead of further testing my cardiovascular capabilities, I'm gonna go ahead and move to the 150s. See if I can get 12. And then we'll move on to biceps. like just a tip from myself in regards to like rest time. If you're doing a self-guided workout, you're gonna be dealing with some heavy weight. And make sure you just give yourself adequate amount of rest time to recuperate. However, you don't want to go into a negative where you sit down and start catching up on your latest show from Netflix. Okay, so stabilize your breathing. Once it's stabilized, blink a couple times, refocus, and get back to your set. So, the dumbbells are done. I still have to do some hyperextensions today. What I'm gonna do is go through my bicep routine first, and then we'll do hyperextensions the very last, because lower back work can be the most debilitating part of a workout. And although it needs to be done, you don't want it to interfere with other parts of your workout. So I'm saving for last, and if it messes up my day, at least I got the rest of my workout done before it happens. So that's the science, the bro science between doing my hyperextensions last. When I was younger, I would start off a workout with sets of 30 hyperextensions, and I always wonder why, a lot of my lifts would suffer, things like that. And, well, I was basically cutting things off at its foundation. So I've learned over the years. So I'm gonna stick around the dumbbells and get some blood in there with some hammer curls. Do about 4 sets. Now that I'm doing biceps, I'm gonna pick up the pace of the workout a little bit more than I was with back. So biceps is a smaller muscle. I tend to train a little bit faster with smaller muscle groups just because they don't require as much blood, they don't require as much oxygen, thus I can recuperate in between sets a lot better, and I want to stay on top of them. So let's get started and grab some dumbbells for the beach bodies. Rep set. So what is high reps? It varies, right? It varies from person to person. For me, my high reps can be pretty high. So my first set, gonna be about 30 reps, hammers with the 30s. 25, 30s I take it. So now they're good and spicy. So now when I drop down the rep count, it's not gonna take me to 8-9 reps to feel that burn. Should be feeling it pretty early on. Give myself a short period of time to catch my breath, reassess, and just go up. Sergio, the man behind the camera, just asked me a question. He asked me, would I train with Milos? And I have train with Milos, because I ain't no punk. But much respect to Milos. Those training sessions were pretty brutal, as advertised. But I think more than that is it's the knowledge and experience that he imparts. You can really tell he cares about you as the athlete, but he cares about the sport so much. And that's something that you have to respect, you have to appreciate. So, yes, I have trained with Milos. I don't know if I want to do it again. No, but much respect to Milos. Shout out to him, what he's done as a bodybuilder and what he's continued to do as a coach and an ambassador of the sport. So, much respect. So, got one more set of these hammers, and I try to calculate everything I do. And the reason I started off with hammers is because obviously when you're training back along with biceps, your forearms get fired up pretty good too. So I'm of the mindset that if you already have a body part up against the ropes, you might as well go ahead and finish it off, you know? So hammers involves the forearms, the brachialis a lot more than if I had a supinated grip. So I'm just gonna stick with hammers for one more set, and then we'll transition to something else, maybe some single arm movements. Really only one way to do this, and you could be all scientific and write all this shit down, but there's gonna be a point in every workout where you just gotta lift that shit up and ignore that pain as long as you fucking can. Curl machine, and I'm gonna do single arm movements here. Reps at about 12 to 15. I'm gonna really cut down the rest periods on these and just keep pumping more blood into the muscle. Individuals that either are bored or struggle with their arm workouts, either with regards to the results or the motivation to do so. And my only advice to them is to do a better job of getting the attention of their arms early in a workout. You know, with biceps and triceps, don't be afraid to have a couple sets, much like I did earlier, early in the workout, where you go past 15 reps, past 20 reps. Really engage that muscle early on so that that pump is going to be there to last you through that workout, not you just trying to save yourself. Now, within that, the pump in itself is not enough for hypertrophy. The pump is just to command engagement from the group. You still have to then go back and perform the overload of the muscle with weight. And that is how you promote growth. But I feel like overload is a lot safer and it's better on the joints after you're thoroughly warmed up. So don't be afraid to put some blood in there early on, and then try your arm workout. Try your arm workout after you've done 50 straight reps. Tell me how that feels. In this workout right now, so what I mean by that is I've created enough mechanical tension to start some hypertrophy. So what I'm gonna do now is just one last set, both arms. Just gonna have a static hold at the top. Just really enforce that peak. Again, this is more of a bro science set than anything. Something that Mike Menser used to do, where you just kind of hold the muscle at peak contraction as long as possible. And that's it. Extension right next door, so we'll finish up here. I have no idea why I capped my reps on. Maybe just make me feel like I'm a badass for the rest of the workout, but you do not need reps to train biceps. I just kept them on. There's a technique to this for training the back that my dear friend Cedric McMillan taught me. Is that obviously most people they try to keep a flat back and almost turn into a hinge movement. What he taught me was if I curl over and engage my core, it forces my lower back to do the work. So what I do is I adjust this to my hips, take my hamstrings out of the movement, and I just simply tuck down and lift up with my lower back. I'm not going to swoop down and come all the way up. I'm not saying that that's wrong, I'm just saying that you're targeting different areas of the back and the hamstrings at that point. And I really just want to focus on my lower back. Concludes my back and bicep workout from Mission Fitness. You got any questions for me, Sergio?
You could do like a Q&A though.
You got questions?
No, like for your audience. Like
my audience. I don't have any.
Instagram followers.
People not that interested in me, I guess, but like I said before, as far as RPG is concerned, I've come to grips with my fate for 2023. So just going to keep trying to get better, and I have my sights set on the Detroit Pro 2024. Still training with Psycho Fitness, still coached by Abdullah. Been my coach since I turned pro, and I'm big on loyalty, but not just in principle. I feel that there's a lot of value in bodybuilding from having the same team, because they know your body, and it's very difficult for a coach to learn an athlete midstream, especially at my age and experience and level of development. Kudos to the guys who do it. You know, I know a lot of these guys change coaches dozens of times, half dozen times in their career, but that's just not for me. I feel like I have an amazing team that I trust with a tremendous amount of knowledge and my best interest. And I think I can live with those results and put everything else on myself to produce. But that's pretty much a wrap for me, what's going on right now. I'm completely healthy, no injuries, and just really excited. In the very near future, like I said, I'll probably link up with Psycho and train with Andrew a couple of times if the schedule allows, as he gets ready for Texas. It'll be good to see what he's been doing in Dubai as far as continuing to develop. And the Olympia is around the corner. So I'm always excited about that. You know, I'm a meathead. I'm also a fan, and I'm also a bodybuilder. So I enjoy the whole thing. I enjoy the process. So again, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hopefully, I covered a lot. I'm not going to cover all the bases because I'm busy training at the same time, but hopefully I covered a lot of the bases that many of you may have questions about with regards to training. So all I can share is what works for me. For some of you, what works for me works for you, and if not, that's okay. But you know, I just want to convey to you guys to try it out, because in order for something to have worked for me, I had to try other things. So try other things and really fine-tune your craft, fine-tune your art, and all that kind of good stuff. But thanks for tuning in. Mission Fitness, thanks for allowing me to use your facility to train, and also my man Sergio allowing him to come in and film. And thanks to Sergio for following me around the entire state of Southern California to bring you guys some of this good footage. So again, shout out to everybody. Thanks again.